Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck Spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at Faj9's Pogo-Hopper Rogue. We are getting towards the last week or so of the current expansion before Rise of Shadows comes out. And Pogo-Hopper Rogue is a deck that I think we visited very early on in the expansion that it was launched in, which was Boomsday. But we never really came back to it, unfortunately. I think that even with a couple of new tools, the deck really hasn't impressed. There's plenty of better things you can be doing with Rogue, be that odd, be that even, be that more miracle style, and getting advantage from doing similar things, but kind of not having to work so hard for it. In case you haven't seen it, Pogo-Hopper, of course, the titular card, is a 2-mana 1/1 on Battlecry, gets +2/+2 for each other Pogo-Hopper you've played this game. So the obvious application of this is, of course, with Shadow Step or Vanish, these effects that return cards to your hand. You can get it back, play it again, it's even bigger. We've also got cards like Lab Recruiter to shuffle more Pogo-Hoppers into our deck. I think that this could be a very good pairing with Myra's Unstable Element, of course. Other than that, the rest of the deck seems to try to maximize our either maximize our Pogo-Hoppers when we do get them, or try to fish them out of the deck. We've got Elven Minstrels in here to pick the boys up. We've got a lot of draw with Fan of Knives and Shiv to help find them. But this list from Faj9 is very different to a lot of other Pogo-Hopper lists I've seen out there. And I think the main difference is no Faldorei Striders. I think that this card, if you don't have your Pogo-Hopper, often a lot of the things that you like doing with Pogo-Hopper, like Shadow Stepping them, like adding more copies to your deck and things like that, those cards are also very good with Faldorei Strider. So, and also it makes your prep sprint actually tremendously powerful, as you could be putting, you know, a couple of spiders into play, which will in turn buy you a little bit more time to get those Pogo-Hoppers down, or to draw those Pogo-Hoppers. There's also no gang up in here. I do kind of like the one-off gang up, which you can combine with preparation, just give you a bit more flexibility with that. No Valera in here, no Zola, which is another common inclusion. So this is a very, very different list, I think, to most of the Pogo-Hopper Rogues that we've played. I'm not sure if that's a good thing. Hopefully it is a good thing. But it'll be interesting to just kind of test this out and see how it does compare to those lists. I do like that we have some chunkier minions in here. We've got Vile Spines, we've got Ziliacs, got some Tar Creepers as well, which is going to help us quite a lot with a lot of aggro players trying to hit that hit those high ranks before the new expansion does come in. So interesting stuff. So regardless, we'll jump into some games. Hopefully we get a couple of wins and we manage to see what Pogo-Hopper is all about, or at least some of the strengths that the deck has. But even if we don't, maybe we'll get some learns, and hopefully Pogo-Hopper will be able to shine a bit more in the Rise of Shadows expansion. So let's get into some games.
Watch your back.
Okay, here we are up against a druid. I think we're going to send everything back except this Firefly. I mean, Firefly's in the deck for a reason, to do some stuff in the early game. However, if we look at the mulligan win rates for a lot of similar decks, the Pogo-Hopper is the highest win rate card, often followed by cards like Shadow Step and Cheat Death and things like that. We don't have Cheat Death in this deck, I don't believe. No luck, unfortunately. So we may have to hold it down with the dagger, do some trades. Not particularly scared of. Oh my gosh! Wow! Flowrec with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. Of course, Flowrec has been playing a fair bit of Pogo-Hopper Rogue. Bit of a different style. Ooh.
My greetings.
I think we will coin out that Elven Minstrel. But I'm interested to hear their thoughts on... please! Damn it. Interested to hear their thoughts on kind of want to shadow step this. Yeah, let's go for it. Hear their thoughts on how this deck compares to a more typical version of Pogo-Hopper Rogue. Well, would love a fan of knives, hey. Not today.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
Come on. Oh my gosh. We did put the Pogo-Hoppers in the deck,
Here
right?
we go.
Ooh. But yeah, thank you Florek for the Twitch Prime sub. Does mean a lot to me. Appreciate all the people who are ooh, tasty. Solar Forest is one of my favorite cards. And a card that I'm really hoping sees some love in the next expansion. Well, there's the fan, which pairs very well with this deck. We finally got a Pogo-Hopper. So our opponent possibly playing some kind of token druid, some kind of hand druid. We only have so many fan of knives.
My hand is too full.
Oh no. Do we just go for the full-on shuffle?
I want you, and you, and you. I want you, and you, and you.
Here we go.
Full-on shuffle. I think we'll use this Shadow Step maybe on this Elven Minstrel to try and fish a bunch of these Pogo-Hoppers out of our deck. I think I like Witchwood Piper over Elven Minstrel, especially with the deck's variety. Yeah, I'd love to cut those Fireflies and get some Elven Minstrels and Witchwood Pipers in the deck. Or like a mix. Kind of try that. Currently not seeing... Oh my gosh, our opponent's on full-on Trent Druid before the expansion's even out. What a madman. What a grey sheep. Vox. Love me some Pogo action, yeah. It's been a hot minute since we played some Pogo. Jimbo as well. Jeez, everyone's in chat. A reminder, if you are watching on YouTube, of course. We are on Twitch at Tommy_Wave. Always good to see people coming in from YouTube.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
Come on. Come on.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
Do we care about burning a card? We probably do. Could be a Pogo-Hopper. But now we can start doing things, I guess. I have a Pogo deck that's a lot of fun, even without Striders. Anything unique about this deck? Well, so this deck comes to us from Faj9. It is a Striderless deck. I think the interesting things about the deck is you get a couple of better board control pieces, or better minions on board, like Tar Creeper and to a degree, I think, Firefly. I've also got the full 2 Vile Spines and a Ziliax, so you know you can actually play a fairly normal game. Though I am not sure if that's the direction that I would want to go with a lot of these style decks, because inherently you're trying to play a pretty unfair game, right?
I speak for the
Yeah, nice. I guess we'll have to vanish these. Yeah, maybe we just go for vanish double Pogo? Or do we prep vanish? If we prep vanish, this goes to 3. We could do like prep, vanish, spirit, pogo. I think, and attack first. Yes, of course. Of course, we'll attack first. Prep, vanish. We only have 8 mana. Why do we think? Oh, we'll set up a shark though.
My hand is too full.
Get out of here, lethal savage roll. Pretty sure just the tree boys were lethal there. I've messed around with a magnetic pogo deck. Very cool. Magnetic pogo. Are these guys mechs? They are. Ah. Interesting. I guess that makes the Ziliacs a lot better. I never actually noticed that they were mechs. Pogo, pogo, pogo. Slumlord 777. When is the update release? I believe it is next Friday? Next Thursday? Next Friday? So do we just go for the other pogo here? And then maybe Ziliacs? Just to set up a big old Taunto? Our opponent has to get through it? Or do we diversify our threats? What are the chances our opponent has Naturalize? Probably pretty high. I mean, this will also heal us to full, so let's go with it.
Precision. Perfection.
I thought it was today. As far as I'm aware, it's not today. If it would have been, if it was today, it would have been last night for me. I think I always wake up when the expansion drops. Oh boy, our opponent's gonna do something sweet. They didn't have to naturalize though, and they didn't want to play the other transform boy. Or can they play it now? We got no more trees though. Oh, Mulch Munch is pretty sick. I do like that card. Not my spirit, no. I like this. This is a good showing for a tree druid.
Time waits for no one.
Get your force of nature out. Okay, what do we want to do here? We probably want to get this Elven Minstrel out, but we also might want to Vile Spine that that Munch Head.
So many options.
Yeah, I think we'll just Vile Spine. Just reduce the number of trees on the field, do some reforesting. Pogo, pogo, pogo. Yeah, but I believe the expansion is next week. Or later this week. One of the two. Look. I haven't been fully... Well, you know what? That's what the internet's for. Rise of Shadows release. Tuesday, April 9th. Next Tuesday.
Where my trees at?
Where my trees at? Dendrologist. Another card I'm really excited to play with. Oh, double goop. Big lads.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
Give me those Pogo-Hoppers. Yes! Yes! It's a lot of pogos. See, this is what Hearthstone's all about. Pogo-Hopper Rogue versus Treant Druid. A joyous occasion, friends. How much is this? 16, 19, 22, 23, 24. So we can't lethal our opponent. So I think we might just do a trade over here. No, we'll just go for face and then vanish, I think. Play two more Pogo-Hoppers. See if they have the double naturalize. Leroy might actually be a reasonable addition to these kind of decks. Although I don't know, maybe when you're winning, does he have like no mana now? Yes. So when the I think one of them might have gotten destroyed because they might have had too many cards in their hand. But yeah, going back down to 6 mana is unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, that's a card that we don't get to keep around. Living Mana. For the next expansion. Well, our opponent was trying something there, and I can really appreciate that. I think Treant Druid is going to be real exciting in the next expansion, so good on them for trying something. And they played well. GG's.
Watch your...
Okay. Up against the Priest here. Send everything back except the Pogo-Hopper. Try and hit our Shadow Steps. Firefly's okay. Fan and Vanish, not too great, but if we pick up a Preparation, could get interesting. Let's see if our opponent has the turn 1 Northshire. They do not. We did see a fair bit of Control Priest the other day. This might be a situation where we do go for the coin Elven Minstrel next turn.
So many options.
Just go for the dagger here, I think. If our opponent wants to spend their turn 3 drawing a card, they can certainly do that. Not going to stop them.
Is someone injured?
Ooh, okay, spending their turn 3 to draw 2 cards. That's pretty sick. I think if I was at our opponent, I probably would have healed the Firefly, so it can't be used anymore. We could fan and take out one of them, but it leaves the other one damaged. Doesn't really progress our board too much.
I wonder.
But this fan's pretty useless otherwise, so... Ugh, come on.
Here we go.
I think there's too much potential there for us to get stuck in this loop where our opponent's actually drawing a lot of cards, being able to deploy quite a lot of things. And we might be able to hit some kind of sweet timing in the meantime.
I want you, and you, and you!
See if they do the same thing this turn. Sweet card back. Finding some Mind Blasts.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
Step right up.
Part of me does want to keep this backstab to... No.
Step right up.
I do want to keep this Pogo-Hopper in play now that we drew this other lab recruiter. I could be very wrong with how to play this, but...
Meddlesome insect.
I see a vision in the flames.
Seems like a tough situation for us. Especially if our opponent's already found the Mind Blasts.
Unity. Precision. Primitive.
Without a prep to discount this sprint, do we really want to spend a whole turn off just drawing 4 cards? It is a sick card back, yeah. Anyone know where this is from, this card back? Someone can find that out. Great. Don't know what to do, friends. Do we just draw 4? Seems pretty bad with 8 cards in our hand.
I wonder.
A bit of a weak play here. I mean, Twilight Drake not the greatest target for a Vilespine, and Tarkreep not the greatest target for a Sap, but clears up our hand a little bit so that we can hopefully deploy this sprint next turn. Church Prime card back. Let's take a look. Call of the Void. Ah, it's from that, yes, that promo. Well, we got one of them. I think I'll just go with a 5/5 for now. If our opponent wants to do something about this, they're more than welcome to. But maybe we can hit him a bit harder next turn with like a Pogo-Hopper. A bigger Pogo-Hopper. Or perhaps a Vanish. Actually, Vanish right now doesn't seem too bad.
Nick! Oh, a shadow.
Yes, it seems great.
Is full.
So it kills the most recent one that was in play, right? No, okay. Was that a different Acolyte?
Let me change your mind.
Pretty cool. Gotta kill this before bouncing it back.
So many options.
We could like prep Valspine, vanish Pogo-Hopper. I think we might need to save this vanish though. So maybe we just go like Pogo-Hopper, Valspine, Lab Recruiter.
I want you, and you, and you.
Choose soon.
It's a tough one, folks. I'm really hoping that that other Twilight Acolyte died with that vanish. There's the Tar Creeper. Yeah, I think the Twilight Acolyte must have died because the Tar Creeper was the first thing that was out. Now we have 2 preps.
I wonder.
I do want both of these back in my hand as well. I guess we could backstab, right?
Step right up.
Choose soon.
I want you, and you, and you.
Okay. Kill Tar Creeper with backstab, then Shadow Step the Valspine back into hand. I think that's true, we could have done that. There's a Psychic Stone.
I see a vision in the flames.
Now's definitely where we need our, need to get a little bit lucky here. We do have a fair few cards that, that will draw us things. Elven Minstrel would be a tight one. Okay, I think we will go for the prep. Do we do the prep sprint here? Probably. There's not a lot of other things that we can combine it with. Alright. Maybe best case scenario, they just have the other Psychic Scroll.
I bring life and
Cool. I guess we don't have lethal, so we're probably dead, right? Nor do we have any way to gain armor, so that's unfortunate.
here we go.
Maybe we shouldn't have played the other Pogo, just in case they don't have all the Mind Blasts, but this seems incredibly unlikely. Yeah. Great. Pretty excited for Shadow Visions to leave standard, even though it is one of my favorite cards. I do think it just gives priests I mean, always lets them find what they want, which is really great. I mean, I love consistency, but you know, they do have quite a lot of options, and you know, losing to Mind Blast Priest is never really super entertaining, right? Anyway, GG's, well played to our opponent. Okay, up against the Shaman here. I think we'll kick these two back. Keep the Firefly. This is a rough one, folks. Tar Creeper. It's up to you. It's up to you to hold down the fort. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Faldori Strider as well. That leaves us, right? Or is Faldori Strider in Witchwood? Strider.
The calm before the storm.
Couple of them. So we do lose Faldori Strider. Which is unfortunate.
Here we go.
Okay. At least we're not getting aggroed out of this game, so our opponent should hopefully give us some, give us a couple of turns. Assume this is some kind of elementally build. Maybe Overload, just with a not great curve. Nope, definitely dedicated elementals. We should have just used our dagger there, probably.
Here we go.
Keep this Flame Elemental in our hand to trigger this Elven Minstrel next turn. And hopefully they will dig us out of this unfortunate hole.
When Earth moves, empires fall.
We could just sap that. They can't really replay it next turn.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
Oh, there's Pogo. If we'll
Here
just
we go.
break that Divine Shield and chill out a bit. Think there are some potential applications for this Blood Mage Thalnos. Most notably that our opponent might just overreact and feel like spell damage is a lot better for us than it actually is. Could do something tricksy this turn, where we like attack here, Shadow Step this back to our hand, Vile Spine something, probably this. Then we can trade these three into this. Sets us up to go like Spirit of the Shark, Elven Minstrel, and Pogo-Hopper next turn. So let's do that. Ta-da.
Here we go.
Job done.
Okay, hopefully we don't cop too many Blaze Callers to the dome. So, yeah, no healing in this deck. Could make things difficult.
I wonder.
I think we might just go for like Shark. We could go Shark Minstrel. But then we burn a card. We go Shark Tar Creeper, but that just doesn't feel super strong. Maybe we just do something like Sap, Tar Creeper, Daggers.
Here we
And then next turn we can go like Shark, Pogo, Minstrel. I think this is also a good opportunity for our opponent to get a lightning storm or a volcano, probably just a lightning storm, but potentially a volcano out of their hand as well, which we will. Oh, Calamus! Happy to get that out. See if our opponent goes for the 6 to the head, or if they go for the 3 to everything. They could go for the fill the board. Invocation of Air. Glad that's out of our opponent's hands, so we can do this.
There once was a man from Gilneas.
And we drew the other Pogo-Hopper, which is also incredibly important. Was there something better we could have done that turn instead of just playing the blank Pogo-Hopper with the Spirit of the Shark? No! Damn it! All these 3 mana AoEs.
I want you, and you, and you.
It's okay. Damn it. I wanted to do some sweet shark shenanigans.
Perplexing.
Is it though?
There once was a man from Gilneas.
Here we go.
If we play another Pogo-Hopper, how big is it? 7/7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Would mean that our opponent would have to get kind of lucky with a volcano, but
Too soon.
I think we will. We'll just save this one. So I do want to kind of get a like a Pogo-Hopper Ziliax off. There's a volcano.
Unity, precision, perfection.
Yum! Give me that health. Maybe we want to try and find our other lab recruiter. Well, there's the other lab recruiter.
I want you, and you, and you.
Here we go.
There's the heal, yeah. There's our antique heal bot. Just comes in the form of a 5 mana 3/2 instead of a 5 mana 3/3. Got this prep sprint next turn. We've got the potential option to vanish as well and just replay both of these things.
Dimly lit.
What? Did they just goof on the one they wanted to? Did they read it wrong? Admittedly, this card is slightly difficultly worded.
Well played.
But yeah, it would have been a really interesting game, perhaps, if our opponent didn't goof there. They were still very much in it. So I'm unsure why they decided to boot out of there. We've all done the shame concede before. Anyway, here's the deck. Look, I was actually pretty surprised at how effective things were. How useful, obviously, having the Fan of Knives are. The Tar Creepers were okay. The Ziliax was phenomenal. The extra Vile Spines as well. And I think the one Spirit of the Shark is probably just right. You know, we can... we don't want to have too many because otherwise we're not drawing our actual finishers or our Pogo-Hoppers and our Pogo-Hopper-centric cards. But just the one lets us kind of play around with it, potentially set up for some devastating combinations. But yes, I would love to try a list with Faldori Strider in it. I think it does fit quite well. That and maybe the... what is it? The Witchwood Piper as well. Cut these Fireflies and just get some Witchwood Pipers in there. So whenever we play Witchwood Piper, we're either drawing, you know, Lab Recruiter or Pogo-Hopper, or, you know, you could probably cut the Thalnos. I think that adds some kind of consistency to the list. Regardless, if you are watching on YouTube, of course, all the links are in the description, including a link over to the Hearthstone deck article. Big shout out to Faj9 for this deck. Please jump over there, give them a +1, and leave a lovely, thoughtful comment, like I know you will. My links are also in the description, including a link over to Twitter at Tommy_Wave. That's the best place to catch me. If you've got any sweet decks or any Rise of Shadows favorites, let me know. You can also catch me live on Twitch, watching me Miss Lethal live at Tommy_Wave. And until next time, stay safe, stay wavy, eat the rich, and jump. Pogo, 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 pogo. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.